My next guest on the Miller Lite Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline was called by Time Magazine the best softball player of all time. She will strike you out. I don't care how good you think you are. She will strike you out. And she's here. She's a former Olympic gold medalist, softball superstar, a model, and now a super mom. And she's working very closely this month with Mizuno, the equipment people, to kick off something called the Project Zero campaign. And the goal of that is to find a cure for breast cancer, which is a perfect time to have her on with us today. It is so great to welcome the awesome Jennie Finch to WCTC. Jennie, good morning. It is Burt Barron. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you with us here today. You've succeeded in everything you've done, whether it's modeling, whether it's softball, whether it's being a mom. Talk about Project Zero and what led you to wanting to be a part of this.
Well, I've been partnered with Mizuno for a long time, and I just couldn't be more thrilled to partner up. I've always been an advocate for women, and especially Breast Cancer Research Foundation. I lost like an aunt, but not quite an aunt, when I was 9 years old, and it's the first time that I had to deal with death, and just what a heartbreak that was. And so this is a perfect way to team up with Mizuno and Fleet Feet Sports and give back and try to get the number of 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer to 0 in 8, and that's where Project Zero comes from.
Yeah, that 1 in 8 number, Jennie, I'm sure you'll agree, is still way too high, and the goal is to get 0. We would love nothing more than a cure for this, and I have to always kind of drill it into the heads of the guys too, Jennie, that breast cancer is not just the girl thing. It's not just the women thing. There are men have diagnosis of breast cancer also, so if you think for a second that breast cancer doesn't matter to men, think again. And Jennie, if people looked into that, they'd see how prevalent it is in male, the diagnosis also.
Absolutely. And I think it's just a matter of taking the time to get checked out. We've come so far with research, and the Breast Cancer Research Foundation does so much, working with scientists from 15 countries and 6 continents all over the world. But if we don't go out and seek help and get our checks and do our annual self-exams, then we're not tapping into that. So, yes, it's making yourself a priority and getting checked and being aware of your body and taking control of it.
Yeah, very important thing. Whether you're a mom, a grandmother, an aunt, a sister, it's something that every woman, of course, needs to be aware of. And October is the month that we're really going to get the word out big time, particularly here on WCTC. And Jennie Finch is with us here today. Time Magazine calling her the best softball player of all time. What's it like to be, the Tom Brady of your sport, Jennie? It's pretty cool, right?
I feel so humbly blessed to be able to just say I played softball for a living.
Yeah.
Travel the world and compete for Team USA, and I'm so grateful for sport and what it has allowed me to do and taught me. And now it's the best part, I think, is giving back and looking into the eyes of future generation and telling them dreams do come true, and just seeing how far I think we've come in sport, and just knowing that the future is full of hope for them and opportunity.
Yeah, and what you're doing is remarkable, because not only did you inspire so many people for such a long time as an athlete and a competitor and competing in the Olympics and just being somebody that we could all be proud of, now to kind of bring the awareness now to this very personal thing that you're involved with as well. And fans and people that know you and are aware of your accomplishments are going to follow you in droves, I'm sure, which is a great thing. When you have someone who's well known and they get involved with a platform or with a campaign, I think it really helps to kind of get the word out. So is there some place where people can go, Jennie, more information on Project Zero?
Absolutely. You can purchase a pair of BCRF WaveNet R2 running shoes, and a part of that proceeds goes back to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and you can find those at MizunoUSA.com, FleetFeet.com, or head into your local Fleet Feet store to purchase these running shoes, and they're awesome. They're super comfy. I've been wearing mine for the last week and a half straight.
Nice.
So a great way to put comfort on your feet and give back at the same time.
Good for you. Awesome stuff. So when you ask the question, what do Albert Pujols, Mike Piazza, and Brian Giles all have in common? They were all struck out by Jennie Finch. I told you she would strike you out. That's how good she is. Jennie, thank you so much. Great to speak with you today, and this is a really wonderful campaign that you're a part of, and they are lucky to have you. So keep up the great work and getting the word out. It was really, really great to talk to you today, okay?
Thank you. Take care. Have a great one.